Hello everyone and welcome you all to another tutorial on Filmora. So in this class, we'll be learning about the color correction, what we can do in a video, as well as if you want to put any images, we can also edit that. So I have one image here. I do have few, but I'm gonna select this image, and to edit, I'll just drag it down here and I'll extend it. I'll take this split option just to show you guys the difference between both the images what we are going to work with. This is the first image, this is the original one, and here I'm going to edit it. So color grading and color corrections are actually both different things. So once we select this option, or once we select the image which we're going to edit or do the color correction, we can see few options here. The first one is the LUT, the color, the light, the edges, the vignette, and the color matching. These are the presets which we have here. And if you want to put any kind of presets, here you can see we do have many presets. Actually, there is no such thing that particularly which one we have to do, but basically it depends on us, like how we really like to see our picture or our video. So here we can see different type of presets. If you want to see all the presets, we can click from here. Here we have the warm max, cool max, the boost color, the shadows, and many more. Okay, we can also customize from here if we have any type of presets, we can customize it as well. So let's come here in this point, the LUT. So from here, I can choose what type of LUT do I want. Okay, I do have the Cyberpunk 2, the Cyberpunk 1, and you can see a different type of theme, basically, what we will choose according to our need. Okay, this one kind of looks like a scene of the Vikings. We do have this option. So let me just choose the Walking Dead. And from here, we can just increase, decrease the strength. If you want to reset, we can reset it from here. And after the LUT, we have the color option here. Here we can maintain the temperature. So basically, the temperature is like if it's cold, it's gonna show kind of yellowish. And if you want to put some bright light or we want to put it as a sunny day, we can just take it on top. You can see a yellowish discoloration. Actually, it depends on however we like it, like what suits in our eyes and which one we feel it looks good. And here is another option as a tint, which we can do it from here. As you can see, it basically focuses on the background, like the trees and all out here. Okay. And if we go further this side, in the tint option, you can see a pinkish or violet discoloration. So I'll just keep it simple. I'll just keep it in minus 7.60. I can also do the vibrance. As you can see, the color just fades out. I'll keep it here as well because it looks quite of good. I can also adjust the saturation level. As you can see, it changes, and I feel 47.37 looks good. And here, if you want it to auto balance, like we don't want to do it manually, we can just select this option and it will be balanced automatically. So we don't have to manually work with temperature, tint, vibrance, and saturation. And here we do have another option if we want to particularly put color in any place or do any kind of thing, it will appear like that. Okay, I'll just select the auto, and under that I have the light option. And here you can see we have options as exposure, brightness, contrast, highlight, shadow, white, and black. So if I readjust this exposure, see, the further left I go, it becomes dark, and the further right I go, the exposure, because in this image, particularly on this side, you can see our ray is coming. So basically, it focuses on that side of the ray. It will brighten the ray on that side, but if we go off like that, it will just, and also will come to the brightness option here. You can see my picture go dark, and here you can see if I choose the brightness, the higher I go, the picture is kind of fading out. So we'll just keep it in normal somewhere here. But it depends on image to image and however we like it in our eyes and whatever we think the people or for whom we are making that image or editing that image, they will like it. Okay, here is the contrast. What contrast we want? We can see a change in this particular side or this particular place in the contrast. Here, we can also choose the highlight. Here, what highlight we want. Go the shadows, and this will make your image whitish. The white part will become more white. And here, the black option, the dark part will become more dark. So I'll keep it somewhere here. And hopefully you guys have understood these options on the light as well. So now we'll go to the adjust. So from here, we can sharpen our images. Okay. As I'm sharpening the images, it's becoming kind of sharp, or we can say it's kind of becoming very rough. And here you can see my picture is kind of fading out. So basically, while working on all this, I don't use the sharp option that much. So I'll just reset and I'll come here. And as you guys can see here, if I choose this option, dark fading thing is coming around on the frame of my image. If I go to the extreme left and if I go to the extreme right, it's just fading out. So I'll keep somewhere around here. I can also resize it here, you can see in my preview screen that when I'm trying to set, here you can see a blackish discoloration in the middle of my screen. So for me, I'll put it in that end of the road. And here is another option as the roundness around. Here in this option, you just notice. So for me, let me just expand this. Now you guys will understand better. It's about the round, how round we want our that discoloration to be, or we want it in kind of oval shape. Okay, now I can decrease the size here, and here comes the feather option. So feather option just focuses on that blackish discoloration here, which is in the middle of my screen here. These are actually very minute details which we need to work on. If we are not professional, the picture might seem really good to us, but once we start working in Filmora, or once we start working in image designing and many more things, we will get to understand and know better of how to actually edit the picture, how to do color grading and everything, which actually suits the eyes of the viewer. And here I have the exposure. As you can see, here is the round circle. When I go to the extreme left, it becomes quite dark. But I don't want it to be dark. I want it kind of faddish dark type. And as I go to the extreme right, it becomes white, round shaped thing. So it doesn't look good as well. So I will kind of keep it faddish. And here, if I go to the highlight, you guys can see the difference in the color grading. And here, all the options are useful and we need to use it wisely according to the picture. For me, now it kind of looks good. I also use the exposure and the roundness pretty well for me because I like it. It suits my eyes and depends on person to person how we feel. And here is an option called the color match. So here in this option, if we select here, we can just compare it with another picture, like how it actually looks. Okay. From here, this is the main image, but if I go back, this is the one which I edited, and this is the first image which I had. This one is the reference, and this is the current image which I have it on my screen. So if you want to refer, we can do it from here. I'll just click OK. From here, I can also readjust the frame. I can also extend the picture if I want to. And I also showed you how to stretch the image if you want. We all and we have already learned all these options. What's the use of all of this in our last video or the previous tutorials? We learned about that. And after that basic in coloring, we have the HA cell option. So if we particularly want to work with a single color, so we can work from here. If you want to particularly work with a single color or anything as such, I can also do the saturation from here. I can select the level of saturation from here. I'll just go to basic. I'll off the color setting. HSL option, I can just go deep black, or I can fade out the white, and any color we want, we can do it with. Suppose I do have in most of the part, it's kind of dark and green. So I can choose the green color. So the hue will just fade into light greenish color. So hopefully we guys have understood how it actually works. Let's take another video now. Okay, let me choose this video. I'll put it somewhere here. I'll delete this image, and I want to change the color. So I want to change the LUT here. As you can see, HSL, if I want to change, I can do that as well. The level of saturation I can change from here, the luminance. But particularly if I want to work with any color, if I have red, then I can make this picture red as I want. If I want it on the greenish or the bluish side, I can do it as well from here. And we do have many options of color here. If I want it on the greenish side, I can do that. We do have to do and work with it very carefully. And if I want any kind of bluish and yellowish discoloration in our picture, we can do it from here. And particularly if you want any color, we can do it using this here. I'll just go back. And after that comes the color wheels. So I can just change the color wheel from here. It goes dark, the shadows in the whole image, not particularly anything here. The midtones, the highlight, and everything I'll keep kind of bright. So how it actually looks like side by side view. You guys can see how it looked before and after editing. Okay. So here we can see the difference between how it actually looks. And from here, we can also choose this option to see like split right to left. And also we can split like how it looked before, like here on the top, how it looked before and after editing. We can choose this option for here, from here, just to get a proper view of what work we have done and what are the basic changes. So hopefully you guys have understood this color on how to change it, and this class on color correction was helpful to you all. So hope to see you guys in the next class, and where we all will be learning more about the text, how to put a title in the lower third or any place as we want. And we'll also learn more about the transition effect. So hope to see you all in the next video, and be safe and be well by that time. Okay? Have a great day.